So this video is about the Mandela effect. I have a video from a new YouTuber that I just actually discovered in my algorithm, and it's actually funny that he popped up. The algorithm really is listening, because I watched a video of somebody talking about the Mandela effect, and I want to talk about my feelings about it real quick. Not feelings, but some thoughts. I don't really have any feelings towards it. It's just like, it's whatever. But I'm going to show you guys this video. The credit will be on screen. You'll see his little channel, and I will also... Did I save it? Let me go see if I saved it. So,
yes, the thinker now wears a hat on his head. Does that look right to you? As strange as that sounds, it's correct. The thinker now has a hat on his head. If so long as you believed it was against his forehead or his chin, was that it was a tightly clenched fist. Visualize that image in your head. The way it is now, the thinker's hand is in a relaxed, open palm position with fingers spread. It's almost like he got tired of clenching his fist so tightly. Does this trip anybody else up? For me personally, I remember a closed fist resting against his forehead. So along comes a brand new Mandela effect after all these years of examination and discussion. It's amazing that no one in all of my research has come across this until it blew up recently. It's as if it just randomly appeared one day. Think back to what the bronze man is wearing. Does he have any clothes or accessories on at all? The thinker is still naked, as long as you don't include the hat that he now wears on his head. Yes, the thinker now wears a hat on his head. Does that look right to you? As strange as that sounds, it's correct. The thinker now has a hat on his head.
I didn't save the video, but that's all good, because since I have it in the video and you guys just watched it, I will have it linked down below so you can go watch it. But I'm just going to start spitting. Guys, these are all my, thoughts and feelings. You could think I'm wrong, whatever. That is totally fine. It's totally okay. Not trying to convince you of anything. But let me tell you what I think that they're doing. So here's the thing about reality, right? I'll say like this. Let's imagine all of reality is not real. It's just an illusion, right? Well, one thing that they could do to keep you distracted or show you what they were doing is messing around with the Mandela effect. So basically going around and changing things that you knew and sworn that you knew were a certain way since a kid, or maybe your adult life, right? A lot of stuff comes to mind. The whole JFK in the car thing, how many people were in the car, the whole thing, the person who got him, the Captain Crunch cereal box, even the bird with I don't know what the heck the thing is, the monocle on the, all of that, right? Do you want to know what's so funny about all this? The thinker, right? Even if it's for sure, I remember the thinker having a clenched fist. If you go and see the video, if you go back to the video, I actually highlighted the comment that he hearted where somebody literally said that the quote had it. The person who made it, I think. I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me confirm. I gotta confirm. Yes, Auguste Rodin. Auguste Rodin. The dude pulled the quote from him, from what I'm assuming. I would hope that the YouTuber went and fact checked it also. But in the quote, the man said he had a clenched fist. Now I want to deliver a little heat here, because I got a little salty on Jay Schlatt's video where someone said, "What am I smoking? The Monopoly man always had a monocle." And I said, dude, I remember him not having a monocle and having a hat or the whatever. And I was talking about the Pringles, something with Pringles too. And they were like, "What are you smoking? Where are you from?" That's what I mean, bruh. That is what I mean. They throw the Mandela effect around so much where it will have you thinking people are smoking or from different dimensions. But no, what they're doing is basically, well, let's get into it. What I believe they are doing is that they are showing you that multiple parallel universes exist. So basically, you know how the multiverse is getting proven every day? Well, basically, they're trying to show you evidence of how it's working, or basically, they're essentially showing you exactly how it would affect you in your day-to-day life. If there were people just slipping in overnight You know how people talk about quantum leaping, where you can basically change your whole timeline you're on overnight, where technically you can by the choices you make in your life. It's like if you go outside and decide to just, you know, game end someone in Minecraft, well, now you're going to face the consequences of that. So technically you did bridge a different reality that, you know, may not be perceived by anybody. You have done something crazy, you know, you went down this other path in life. But they're essentially showing you exactly how it would seem if people were slipping in over from other realities. But then there's those Mandela effects that people cannot ignore, where literally the majority agrees that something was one way and now it has changed. And what I think they are literally doing is pulling other realities over when they are doing this. They are acting like they don't have any understanding of how parallel universes work or how a multi-universe theory would work, but they do. And the evidence of that is manifestation. And the thing is if you can manifest any reality here, they are basically showing you when they cause certain Mandela effects that they're basically what they have to do is get you to accept or think about something so much, and then it creates itself. Yeah, scary thought, right? Because when we talk about manifestation, that's something you can't deny now that is literally being proven by quantum physics. Look, I'm not even going to get into it with subatomic particles and all that whole blah, blah, because that's something I don't even understand. But I've experienced manifestation. I use it every day, and I understand at least the basis of how it works, because your mind is the quantum computer. So basically when you get to a higher divine mind, the mind of the creator and the whole imagination thing, it's no effort to do these things. So you don't even have to fully understand it for yourself. I think the fact that people are trying to fully understand it is what is bringing us to our demise, because they're trying to make physical machines that can alter reality. See what I'm saying? So when science gets out of hand, you know, but all these different sciences and ways of understanding the world are literally all just come back to the source, is the fact that it's all the same language, just spoken in many different ways. But essentially, going back to what I was saying about the Mandela effect and manifestation, is by getting you to pay attention to something, they can pull that reality here. So the Mandela effect is basically are like test runs of that, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Is basically they would change the thinker, because if they can get all of you thinking about the thinker, it's now putting energy to that sort of thing. I'll give you an example. In my own personal life, before I went to work, which I'm going to also talk about this for the manifestation video, when I went to work, because it was one of my coolest manifestations, right before I went in, I was doing a security job. I said right before work that, man, I don't really want to go in because no one feels like me there. And I kid you not, when I got out into the world and I went there, this was the craziest day I've had, where I go in and literally one of the girls or one of the women that worked there never introduced herself to me. I think she was not much older than me, maybe 26, 27. And we started talking about a bunch of spirituality. And I was like, yo, I think I literally created this to happen. And what's funny is later that night, somebody ended up saying to her, oh, thank you so much, you're an angel. And that was funny to me, because I was saying how I didn't feel like anybody else there was like me. But this person ended up introducing herself to me after I said that at the house. Now, that's not it. The crazier part about the night is that I was candle meditating at my little post that I had. And I was just meditating that, you know, somebody is going to come up to me and is going to need my help. And I don't know what, it's going to be a woman. She's going to need me, but I don't know what for. And literally it was seconds. No, I'm just joking. It was like an hour, 2 hours after I had let the thought go. I focused on it very intensely, like they tell you in manifestation, and I let it go. And this is why I tell you guys, like, I'm far, far, far above now, at least an expert in this shit. Maybe not a master, but an expert. And I kid you not, 2 hours later, the video is on YouTube, by the way. It's called Channeling Divinity, or Channel Your Divinity. 2 hours later, this woman comes in crying when the inside band is playing. And I think they were getting ready, but either way, that's not important. She came up to me and she goes, hey, can I just stand here for a bit? And she's crying. And I'm like, you're okay. She said, no, I don't. Like, I feel embarrassed to be seen like this. And I'm like, no, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? Like, cry, you got to let it out. And she said, I know the thing I'm crying about is it's just beneath me. Now, you guys are probably like, wow, did it hit me? No, it hit me when she said this. So she started to go, no, like, I know about energy and everything. And the fact that I'm letting a little being reactive to an event like this is just going to bring down stuff I've been creating in my life and blah, blah, blah. And she starts going off about freaking all this stuff. And I go, whoa, hold up. What? You're into all this shit. She starts talking about her life. And I basically get her off the topic that she's upset about. And she starts to, lighten up and relax a little bit because, she was tense crying. And come to find out this woman is insane, man. A lot of achievements and crazy stuff in her life. And, I just so much, but talking about like how she's into all this, dealing with your shadow self, just so much. Like, we're having a crazy moment. And then what even gets crazier is I meet another guy who's in a wheelchair who's saying this whole thing, talking about how life is so crazy, how things come full circle. And he's telling us that he's on mushrooms right now. So this whole thing is just insane. Like, my mind is blown, bro. And that is off of the basis of literally going into work that day and saying that I don't want to be here because no one really understands me. Like, I feel alone in my mind. And to bring this all back to the Mandela effect, it's the fact that manifestation is focusing and believing in something intently and then letting it go. Well, every time a Mandela effect happens, people believe in it deeply. And then what happens? We let it go. We kind of just treat it as it's just one of those things. But if you let it fall to the subconscious like that, that's how they get you. So you have to really consciously acknowledge it, and let it go. And then every time it comes up, it has to be like that too. You acknowledge it for what it is, and then you let it go. You're just like, oh yeah, you constantly pay attention to it because that's how commercials and television programming want. They want you to zone out so that it goes into your mind. So don't ever zone out when they do Mandela effects. And just be like, it's just another Mandela effect. No, that's the purpose. They're trying to basically not get you to acknowledge that they're shifting reality right in front of your face. And this might be hard for some people to hear, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. But hopefully I tied that all in together pretty well. And you get what I'm saying is what CERN is doing. Oh, man, I'm not even going to get into CERN right now. Anyways, much love and Moonlight, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.